She playing around here. So what you want to talk about this dude, man? Just whatever.
Yeah, bro. So with Jeffrey Epstein, bro, I've been doing some research. I've been meditating on it just a little bit, not too much. And what I'm starting to realize is that ain't no like Americans are not gonna let it go. They not gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Um, ev- Everybody wants to know the details in it. You know what I'm saying? But like my question is, what will be the difference maker if we do find out the details?
You said what's going to be the difference maker? Or like, what do you mean? What do you think the impact is going to be?
Yeah, like okay, cool. The files are now released.
Mm-hmm.
Now what?
Yeah. The what now after the aftermath? Yeah, man. Hmm. It's interesting, bro. You know, it can have a lot of different interesting like repercussions. Honestly, like shit. We got at a base level, nothing could happen, right? They'd be like, okay, we got information. Some of it we probably already could have guessed. You know, I don't know what the statute of limitations are on some of the information of what's, disclosed in those files. Like, because, certain crimes have like a statute of limitations. So it's like after a certain period of time, like, there ain't nothing they can do about it. Or like, this person might have passed away. This person might have already took money or settled or whatever. Like there's probably a lot of factors at play as far as like what can actually be done about the people involved in the files and everything like that. But for the people who are still alive, the victims, the perpetrators, it could displace some of them out of their positions of power and hopefully bring some closure and some relief to some of the families of some of the victims and stuff like that. I mean, at a very bare minimum, if we're talking about impact, but on a larger scale, I know what you're really getting at on a larger scale. Like, for instance, like Trump, right? Say his name is all up in the files, which most of us believe it is. What happens to him? They gonna take him out of the presidency? Are they gonna really do anything? The way he operates the country, seem like he's untouchable. That's why I'm weird. That's why I was confused. I'm like, why he's so worried about that thing? But I was like, why don't you just release him? Because like, what are they gonna really do to him? He already got all the other felonies and stuff like that. Ain't nothing happened to him. No jail time, no nothing. So like, so either these Epstein files are super condemning, or it really don't matter if they come out or not. You know what I mean? You know, TBD, I guess.
So that's the thing, bro. And me and you had this conversation multiple times. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why the big push for the Epstein files to be released now? Like, I think Trump said he was going to release it, or he touched on it, or whatever the case may be. But like, that's typical Trump, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But why now? Rather than back whenever they first came out with this information under I forgot which president, because we was not talking about releasing the Epstein files, at least pushing it this hard when Biden was in office.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
why
that's true.
now? You know what I'm saying? Like that's my question.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's weird because I mean he was taken to court multiple times behind this stuff too. Like it wasn't even like the most recent time that he actually went to jail. Like they was looking into him a long time, bro. Between New York and Florida, he split time between both states, but they say his trafficking and like the procurement of young girls. That shit wasn't even just in the States. He had them coming in internationally.
Sex trafficking.
Yeah, I heard something earlier said that like he had girls come from Brazil, from this place and that place. Like he had connections. Like, bro, basically he had like these. He had like scouts, basically. Like he was like a NBA GM or something. Like he had scouts going out to this place and that place, and like not to make light of it, but that's like basically what he was doing. Like, hey, you got Ghislaine here. You got one of the girls that he groomed from time she was 17. She going out there, so you got all these different people going out and befriending young girls and saying, "Hey, we have a friend that would love to meet you, and he's really eccentric guy, and he's into art, and da 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 da. And we'd love for you to come by the house and just hang out and just be friends and da 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 da." Like, you know, he was doing, you know, he was doing basically the same thing that they said R. Kelly was doing, the same thing they tried to say Michael Jackson was doing, except like with Epstein, like you have numerous, I mean, with R. Kelly as well, but like with Epstein, you have numerous victims coming out and saying, like, yeah, like
Numerous.
this was
Nigga,
going on for years. Like this wasn't even like no like a couple instances. Like this was like over. Like I feel like I don't want to speak. I'll go dig a little bit more, but I want to say it was at least like a decade, at least 10 years, at least of him doing the same thing of grooming these young girls, bringing them in, and just easing them into this comfort of, hey, I'll bring you in. You come hang out with me. I'll pay you $200, $300. I know you struggling. You in school. You trying to get an education. You trying to go to cosmetology school. You trying to do X, Y, and Z. Here you go. Here go a little money for your trouble. Next time they come back, hey, this time I just need you to give me a little back massage. Like I'm a little, you know what I mean? Just quick little rub down on my back. Da da da. We good. Boom. Another $200, $300. Come back again. This time he naked on the table, and then it just kind of escalated from there. So he like slowly, with the lure of money, people who are poor or like in these situations where they're trying to get money, like it's a balancing act because they like, all right, do I trust this person? Do I not? And then and I think it's very intentional, the giving the money part, because that's like a fallback, right? And it'd be like, well, I gave them money or whatever the case may be. They didn't have to do anything. They showed up and they decided to take the money. Like they could have just whatever, or it makes everything a little bit more muddy because like now it's like people are gonna say, well, why didn't you just stop going, or why did you go back a second time if you felt uncomfortable the first time? And that lure of money is always gonna kind of be lingering there and stuff like that. But bro definitely was manipulating girls who weren't even 17, 18 years old. Some of these girls was 14. I can't imagine my
11, 11, 11.
11. Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? My niece gonna be 11 next year. Like I couldn't even fathom a nigga trying to do something like that. Like, so
For
he
the
he was
love of money.
yeah, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, bro.
Bro,
For sure. For sure.
according to CBSNews.com, Epstein had over 1,000 victims.
Had to be 10 years. had to be a decade. 1,000 is steep. That's a lot of young ladies, bro.
Bro,
A lot of
I
young
don't
ladies.
even I don't even think I done nutted 1,000 times, nigga. Think about that, fam. 1,000, bro. He didn't got topped off 1,000 times, bro. He got 1,000 victims, 1,000 bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think about my life from the time when I first started, ejaculating or whatever. I'm trying to think when 1,000, bro. But he got physical bodies. and we want to talk about P Diddy. This is why I said he was
Uh,
innocent. And bro, this is the hypocritical part. It ain't all right. It seems like it's more of an outrage on the when it come from white folks,
mm-hmm.
when Epstein, and then when it come to Diddy, it's just black folks. And I can understand why, but it's still hypocritical though. These girls was young, bro.
Yeah,
These
our community has selective outrage for sure, bro.
girls
We got
outraged.
selective outrage.
1,000 victims, bro. But that, I think so. I remember when me and you first started talking about it. I was just like, bro, fuck them files.
You did.
But
That's what you
then,
did.
but then the more I
Mm-hmm.
started doing my research, bro, women as young as 11 years old, how? Like so. This how deep it is, bro. Like so, according to a particular victim, her name is Sarah Ransom. She went back and forth on this. She went back
Mm-hmm.
and forth on this, right? Um, but she said that she seen video. Now she was a victim herself. She was a victim herself, but she said she seen videos of her friend having sex with Bill Clinton, Prince Andrews, and Richard Branson. Now, why wouldn't Trump release them files if Clinton in there? You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody would say, "Oh, because he's in them." I say,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, why didn't Biden release it?" You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, if anybody know who that is, you know who Marjorie Taylor Greene is?
Nah, that name. Like, not
If
actually.
she's coming out and saying it, then that means it's real. Charlie Kirk was touching on it a little bit before. You know what I'm
He,
saying?
he did. He did. He
Like
brought it up.
on a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? I just want to see what the outcome would be if the files were released. I don't think nothing's going to happen.
I remember from the documentary, the first documentary I saw. I'm sure there's multiple of them, but the first one I saw, I believe it was on Netflix, and they talked about Clinton being on the manifest for the flights to that private island where they were having girls and stuff like that. And, he's openly denied ever being on a flight or ever being on the island as well. So, like, that's a direct contradiction to what the documentary I put out. Um, and when I'm looking at, I just looked up. I was trying to figure out that time frame, bro. They said this. They said his alleged abuse, sexual assault of women, or sexual abuse of women, started around 1985 and continued at least until 2018.
1985. He was born in 1953.
Yeah.
He was born in 1953. He's from New York.
Uh huh.
Um, born January 20th.
Hmm.
And he died when he was 66 years old. Um,
Yeah. Middle class Jewish family. You know what I'm saying? I think his dad.
you say Jewish family?
Yeah. Come on, all of them Steens and Steins. No shade, but a lot of them, they all Jewish. Like, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein. Like, these
I,
is
I
these
didn't, I didn't, I didn't, they didn't come up in my research.
middle-aged Jewish family. Yep. I listened to that today. Literally listened to it today. They was talk about his upbringing. Said him. I think he had a sibling, a brother, or maybe a couple siblings, but no, he has a brother. And they quoted him as quiet, nice, always smiling, simple. Is a description of his family, everything. Like, he didn't come from money. He didn't come from money, but he apparently was. I was call him like a chameleon. Like, every phase of his life, re-identified himself into what he wanted to be in that phase or in those certain crowds, you know what I'm saying? But he always was attracted to numbers, said he was really big into math, and he was always attracted to wealth. And so like even when he started his own like financial consulting and all of that kind of stuff like that, he would only take clients whose net worth was at least like a certain amount of millions or like $1 billion or something like that. And you know how people with money, they love exclusivity. So like if they feel like, oh, this dude only deals with people in my tax bracket, then I have to work with him type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he just created like this persona and just kept going with it. And he was caught up in some different like Ponzi schemes, all kind of different things, and he was just able to slither his way out of it. Never went to jail, never did no time behind it. A lot of speculation, but they never like had anything that directly tied him or like stuck him to some of these things. And he just kept on every time that happened. He'd go ghost for a little bit and then pop back up with another reinvented image of himself to continue to climb the ladder. As the video I was watching, the dude broke it down as like he was failing forward. Like every time he failed miserably, he somehow was progressing in life and getting around more of these wealthy people, and they just continued to trust him, and to the point where, now he was like this mysterious billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, science donor, donated to science and stuff like that, and like diversified his portfolio to leave people asking less questions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, he's just a guy who he did well for himself in finance, and now he's giving back to the science community and doing. You know what I'm saying? Like he hey, listen, it's funny. Some of the worst people in history, bro, probably some of the I'm gonna say shrewdest, because it's smart, but it's shrewd. Don't the words say that shrewd like a serpent, right? Like
Yeah.
just like it's intelligence, but it's just knowing how to maneuver and get through and have your way and just make things happen the way you want it to happen. But obviously, it's a little bit of arrogance with it too, to think that she could do all the things he was doing to get away with it. Very
Yeah.
arrogant. Yeah.
Arrogance. Hey, bro. You know, the thing about it right now with Trump is that Trump has so much going on
Hmm.
as far as he's involved in this. You got the war in Palestine with the Palestinians, and then
Hmm.
you got the Venezuelans, and then you got the Epstein, then you got the what they call the concentration camps in Florida. You got immigration. You got all these things. So it makes it seem like the Epstein situation is just another, you know, another situation that another topic of conversation around Trump, because Trump already came out and spoke on it. So he knows him. He partied with him.
Hmm.
There's photos of it,
Right.
videos of it. So when it comes to Trump, it's way bigger than Trump. Way bigger than Trump.
Yeah.
I it, I believe if Trump wasn't president and if he never was in this position, he'll be pushing for the Epstein files be pushed out with him being in having this information come out. Because to be honest, now
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, Trump that came out and said some crazy shit before. He
Hmm.
said that about his daughter. He said the shit about you know Rosie O'Donnell. He said he grabbed him by the pussy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My thing is with my thing with that is why frown upon it whenever nigga that's the music we've been listening to forever. Like, come on now. I got every future album downloaded on my shit right now.
You know what he talking about. Real
Come on
talk.
now, let's be real. Like now, I'm not saying this,
What
bro.
Charleston White say?
I'm just saying like when it comes to this situation, it's like it's way deeper than Donald Trump. When it comes
Yeah.
to the whole I think honestly everything that's going on right now, and I'm gonna give it to you. You talked about it. You said Donald Trump was a puppet. When you said propped up to be, I'm like, but he a different type of puppet. He's a he's a
Ladies and
different.
gentlemen, I just want you to know my boy's singing a different tune nowadays. I, you know what I'm saying? I just let the spirit guide me. I felt for the jump. I said, "This nigga's." You said, "How? He ain't
No,
no
no,
puppet."
no.
Nigga.
You gotta-
No, you said he ain't no puppet.
Listen, bro.
Trump
You
ain't no
you
puppet.
you
Shit, this
said
nigga.
you said something very important. You said something very important. You said propped up to be. Prop, nigga, that matters.
Nah,
It matters because
how is valid? Because
bro, all of them been puppets. All of them.
for sure. For sure. I
Buddy,
listen, I disagree with you on that. But you did not like the idea of him being a puppet. You was like, nah, I don't see it. To who? To who? I said, but somebody. Anybody in a political position like the president of the United States is tap dancing for somebody. Now, do we know who that
bro,
is?
I do have to say this. I do.
What?
This I say to a certain degree because even as this puppet, he still have power to do what he want to do.
Yeah, I'm not. I would say, out of all the presidents I've seen, he's had the most free reign to wield the power of that seat of being president of the
And
United
he
States
calculated though.
than anybody else. I've never seen anybody wield the power of the U.S. government and military the way he's used it, other than maybe Bush, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Bush, nigga, we, bro. I think so. For us, I think we go back. I think maybe you and me, we might go back to like Bill Clinton, maybe.
You think he
But
wielding the power of the presidency to
bro, I heard some things
I'm
because
talking about like I'm talking about on a because I'm looking at it more so from like a military standpoint right now
yeah,
because
bro,
and I
bro.
don't recall much of we was young, we was kids
Not,
when Bill Clinton
not
was
just on the
president.
military, not just on the military.
Yeah.
Um, in different, it depends on what topic we talk about. So,
Hmm.
for instance, like, where is it? The Dr. Umar was talking about it. So, whoever the president was during Martin Luther King, he was having his way. Um, Ronald Reagan, he was having his way.
For sure.
The president that came in and said we're gonna have a war on poverty, he gave us like welfare, food stamps, things of that nature. And then Ronald Reagan came in and was like, fuck that. So it depends. But when we talking about Trump being a puppet,
Hmm.
I've been doing I've been paying attention a lot to what's been going on in the world and things that Trump have said at one point in time. He's no longer taking this stance. And what I'm about to say might be anti-Semitic, so blame me. I'm just giving a heads up. But it seems like those people over there in Israel, they are taking over everything that we got going on over here. They basically the master to our masters, and I'm not calling them no masters of mine. I'm just saying, like,
Hmm.
it seems like they are in involved in everything. I just found out the other day they involved in the banking system.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when
Media.
you say
Media.
in the well, we already know that
Heavy in the media.
we already know
Heavy.
that. So
Yeah.
when we talk about Epstein coming from a Jewish family, it's like, man, I had to meditate on this, and it's like, you know what, these people are involved and a lot of stuff to the point to where I'm hearing more about that in them and how they feel and what they got going on and what they going through and what they how they see it more than like that I've ever seen it before.
Yeah, it's more and more blatant. It's more
It's
blatant and
more,
more,
it's more,
more
it's
upfront.
more and more like, and then like it strikes so many more conversations on other topics that we're gonna get into later, some other time maybe. But as far as like Epstein, bro, like people, and I stand on this part, people don't realize how minor this whole situation is because I believe, okay, yeah, them files come out, Trump's still gonna be in office.
Yeah, I don't see much happening. Excuse me. I don't see much happening to him specifically, but this is what the main theme as far as people who are calling for the Epstein files to be released. A lot of them are like, why won't they tell us who the sex and child predators are? We want to know who the pedophiles are. Tell us who the pedophiles. That's what they're gonna
Though
say.
the victims that already came out and said Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, and which they already came out and said it.
You ever seen that Prince Andrew interview when the lady was questioned him about the girl who came out and said, yeah,
That
I
nigga
remember
lied.
meeting him when I was
That nigga
17
lied. He
and we
lied.
were dancing and we were sweating. My boy said, I got a medical condition that don't let me sweat. I
Hey,
said,
bro, that nigga lied, bro.
said that's the best he could come up with. Then he went it. Then he paid her off. Then he paid the settlement. Then he stepped down from his position in the royal court, bro. He stepped down from that shit. Hey, listen,
Hey
hey,
man,
brother.
free Diddy, free R. Kelly. That's what I say. Shit, nigga. Why you
Hey,
playing?
at least Diddy's situation was with consenting adults. Like, hey, it was nasty and there was
Yeah,
a whole lot of
that's
craziness going on, but hey, it was
the crazy
consenting
part.
adults. I don't condone nobody putting their hands on a woman, especially not like that. If he beat her and dragged her up through that hotel lobby, but like or that hotel floor, but what I mean, all the freaky, gross stuff they was doing, like, hey man, that's their prerogative as adults, man. Whatever they got going on, that's on them. Like now, R. Kelly, he kind of in a similar boat with the Epstein shit. I ain't gonna lie, like you know what I mean, because he had a thing for young women. That's the problem.
Wait a
That's where
minute,
he was
hold
wrong.
on.
If he was dealing with
Wait,
grown
wait,
adults,
wait. When you say R. Kelly had a thing with young women,
he did it.
the one you talking about Aaliyah? That's the one I know. That
That's
that's
one.
that's what I can tell off the dome.
That's one, you know what I'm saying, but that's because she's a public figure, so she's like the low hanging fruit. But there was other
How
young girls.
old? How old was she?
I don't remember. I don't remember her exact age when he was dealing with her, but
She was at least
she was
15 or something.
she wasn't legal. And then you got like
But shouldn't Dame Dash be in? I'm just spitting off the dome, nigga. I don't
no,
really.
I don't know. Yeah, like I'm not super big into like all of that. So I don't know. I don't know what Dame Dash had going on. Like you have to enlighten me on some of the other stuff that's going on. I'm just talking
I,
about these
but
the
he
people that
was
we talking about, huh?
Dame Dash was like he always talked about like he knew her, he was in love with her and shit.
Aaliyah.
Yeah,
Well, then,
R.
yeah,
Kelly was the only
yeah,
one.
lock his ass up too. Then, because when I think about when I think about the R. Kelly shit, he had a wife, I think, at one point in time, and he
R.
still
Kelly.
had a lot of these young girls coming to the studio. And the weird part for me, where I was like, ooh, this ain't a good look, is like he wouldn't let them talk to their families and shit like that. Like he would keep them like away from their families. And that's when I'm like, well, if you ain't allowing, it's one thing to have like young girls up in the studio and you using them for inspiration and singing to them and doing whatever, but like, even if you didn't do anything physical with them, I don't know. I think some of them, yeah, some of them, no. But like, either way, it's like you saying, oh, you can't talk to your family, you can't use your phone in here, you can't do this. It's like, you got to understand, like, these are still people's kids, and like, you don't think like this ever going to get back to they, like I think again, like it's just like what's done in darkness comes to light, right? So I think that he was doing a lot of stuff that he probably thought because of the money, the fame, like he can keep a lot of stuff under wraps, like most celebrities do. You know, have people sign NDAs and do all kind of stuff like that, so that way they like covering their tracks. But at the end of the day, it's like if somebody really, it may be 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years from now, they come out and be like, "Hey, this person did X, Y, and Z to me, and they need to be held accountable." And they may not go to the court or the judge or whoever. Like they might tell their cousin or their best friend or their mom or their aunt. And then that person, and then that's when it becomes a whole thing. Like, oh no, you need to go and say something about this, like, because somebody else could be suffering the same way. So like, that's how all of that starts to happen. Now, you know, I take everything with a grain of salt because like you just never know. You never know, somebody might be trying to just like shit. Like I'm gonna get paid. You know, shoot, I don't care if I slander this dude. I don't
Oh,
care if he's not
hey,
gonna
you
get
know
money.
something, bro?
You know,
Hey,
greed will do that.
but you want to know something?
Yeah,
To everything we talking about right now, that money,
yeah.
that money, bro. Even with like going back to Epstein, that money,
That's
them
the great
women,
equalizer.
them women were probably getting paid so much money at that time. Cause we talking about
Mm-hmm.
like early 2000s and shit. They was probably getting
The
paid
90s. Somebody
the
dropped
90s,
300
okay,
$500 on you in the 90s to come and, you know,
in the 90s. So like, bro, you heard about that dude David?
who?
Um, that dude he from he from Texas. His name David, the singer.
Maybe.
All right, and this is still on topic, right? I guess we talking about pedophiles now because that's pretty much what we talking about. So this dude named David, he's a singer. He plays Fortnite. He actually got a big song on TikTok. I know you heard it before.
Oh, you told me about it. He from Houston?
He from Houston, black
You told me
dude.
about this dude. Yeah,
But
you did. But
look,
fill us in, fill us in, fill us in.
okay, so basically, bro, so he had this song called "Romantic Homicide," and it went crazy on TikTok. Now, I've actually heard it. I know you've heard it too. Everybody didn't heard it, even if they think they didn't hear it, they've heard it. So the song lines up with the death of this girl named Celeste. Now, that's I'm not making light of it, but all right, cool. But at the same time, this girl, she was like 14, 15, and she was found in the trunk of his Tesla in LA, and the body was in there for they don't even really know how long. They know they don't know how long she's been dead, but they know how long it's been since that Tesla been parked in that location. So he's been dealing with this girl now based off of like all the research I've done. The youngest age I've heard was like 11, 12 years old.
Mm,
But he does have a lot of pictures and a lot of videos with this girl. Now, the parents, they had fought big time because that girl been missing for like a year.
yeah.
That girl been missing for a year. So this girl been out in LA, in Hollywood, with celebrities, with this dude. That's evidence, bro. And then now she end up dead in the trunk of a car. So
Is it?
no matter now, everybody is going to automatically point the fingers back to him. But where he's stuck on that hook though is that this girl was a young at a she was like, I want to say from what I know, from what I've heard multiple times, is that she was 14. She died before her 15th birthday. The day before her 15th birthday, she passed away.
Mm,
The day before. but that's kind of because don't nobody really know when she died. They just know when the car was put there. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, bro, it's a sad situation because the girl is young.
How old is he?
But that nigga, shit, bro, that nigga in his 20s.
Damn.
That nigga, bro, I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. This
Yeah.
is where
14, huh?
this is where I get stuck at. I don't understand how you can have all this money and is a billion women out here, beautiful, and they come from and they in all different shapes and sizes, and
Yeah.
you choose to go for the young ones, and
Yeah.
on some real shit, a young woman, what can they really do for you, my nigga? What? Like, what
It,
do you? I don't understand what you get out of dealing with a young. I would say, like, if you're in your 30s, 20. All right, I can't really say that. I'm gonna say she got to be able to buy a drink. She got to be able to buy a drink. All right, nigga, she
be
got to.
careful with them numbers. My nigga finna get canceled.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful with them numbers nowadays. Nah. It's gonna get you.
She gotta be able to buy a drink though. She gotta be able to work. She gotta be able to work in the club scene. She gotta be able to buy a drink, bro.
For sure.
With a real ID. That
For
I
sure.
put it. That's as far as I'll go, and that to me is stretching it. I say 25,
Yeah. I
and
think
she got.
based on I think based on your age, like, you know what I mean, I think if you keep it within the 4 to 5 year age gap, you straight. Now, you can go more than that once the older you get, it don't matter as much. You feel what I'm saying? Like once a woman past 25, it's like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we could be 10 years apart. I'm 35, you 25, it ain't gonna matter.
On the woman when they get.
If it's flipped though, if it's flipped, nobody cares. Like if a dude
Yeah.
21 and he dating a woman who's 35, ain't nobody gonna be really tripping on it. Like if that's they gonna be, oh, that's their business. Like, you know what I mean? Except for the kids' parents, they might be like, well, you too young to be dating a woman that season. You feel what I'm saying? She could take advantage, whatever the case may be.
No, no,
But
no, 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 no. I'm talking about if the dude is like, let's say he 50 and she like, you know, 27, it start
oh
looking
yeah,
funny to the woman.
you said start looking funny to who?
It start looking funny on the woman because they be like, oh, you only with him for the money. That's how
Oh,
people look.
look funny on her. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, like, but again, like nobody cares because like there's so many people who doing it, bro. Like it be old ass people with young girls all the time. Like, hey man, and some of that might be some grooming going on too on the low, depending on when they found them at. You know what I'm saying? Like at what point in time? But
Grooming.
when you go back though, let's go back to that a little bit because you know we can start we dipping our feet in another little interesting territory when we talking about like when you have an adult male or female too, bro, because you know what I've been noticing a trend lately, and it gets talked about, but a lot of it is swept under the rug. Female teachers in their mid 20s and early 30s having sex with 14 to 15-year-old boys in schools, having them come over their house, trying to get groups of teenage boys to come run trains on them. I done heard about all kind of shit recently. Like I'm like, oh, these female teachers giving it up like that, like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know about you, but my teachers growing up, they was awful. If I even if they even tried to solicit me, I wouldn't have been interested. You know, them 90s haircuts they had going on back then, bro. Them ladies was awful, bro. Oh man, hell no. They was old, they was no. Nowadays, teachers is looking like some of our friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got a homegirl. She's super viral on social media. She's a teacher out in Atlanta, and you know, she would never do no bullshit like that. But it's just like I can see like students looking at her and be like, oh, you know, Miss T fine, like da 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 da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could see that being like a thing for young kids nowadays. But the issue isn't kids being attracted to teachers, it's teachers being attracted to kids. That's the thing. And it is so much more prevalent now. And I feel like again, they now I will say this. It seems like the system has been doing a good job, especially because, you know, parents are involved and a lot of these women getting locked up. A lot of these female teachers that have been doing this getting locked up. But I've been hearing more female teachers messing with students, young boys, than I have with male teachers messing with young girls. But when we talking about predators in the space of like trying to lure young girls and boys, it seems to be more males in that space per like the videos that we watch, right? The dudes who go around fake texting these predators and meeting
I
up,
love them videos, bro.
and
Them,
they be
hey,
smacking the predators, be like, who you here to
yeah,
see?
but hey,
Nobody. And smacking
I
them
gotta,
dudes
I gotta,
around.
I gotta.
Yeah.
I have a more than a podcast all exclusive right now. I don't even
What
think I've told you. So
what
when I was in high school, bro, I'm gonna start in high school, bro. I got stories, bro, on this topic right here. I got stories, bro. I'm gonna have to just bring them out over time. Um, shit, bro. So I was in high school, and it was my senior year, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, out of all my years of high school, my senior year, that was the year of me being a menace. All right. Like I never really got in trouble in school. If I ever got, suspended or anything like that, it most likely wasn't my fault. It was just protocol. I had to get suspended due to the situation. But when I was in high school, like my senior year, I was, thank God I made it out unscathed. Um, but we had this teacher. I do not remember her name though, but she was my English teacher. And, she was fine, bro. She was fine as fuck, bro. And she had that gothic type vibe to her, bro. Like she had the black hair. She'll sometimes wear the dark maroon lipstick and shit, nigga. Like, I got a little thing for them, bro. I don't know why. So, but I kept that shit, bro. I kept that shit cool. It was my senior year. I went to her class, and her class was really like a break because it was my eighth period class. And so after me, bullshitting all day, like this was the class where I would get my sleep in before football practice at the end of the day. Or I get my sleep in before I go do whatever the fuck I did after school.
mm-hmm.
Um so one day she was like, can I get no. One day she saw that I was in a situation. She asked me if I needed a ride home. Yeah, my nigga, it was nothing, bro. I done been told you this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was nothing. It was nothing, bro. I don't even remember what we talked about. Um, but even during that time, you know what I'm saying, I could hold a conversation with adults, but it was nothing, bro. I can't even remember what that. So like I said, I got other stories. But it was nothing, bro. She took me home. I was appreciative. But I knew it was going to be something because I knew some people. We both knew people saw us. Man, shit, man. About 2 days later, man, I get called in the office, and it was like, "Hey, so you had a ride with this teacher? Did anything happen?" Nope, nothing happened.
Right.
Nothing happened. Cause bro, I got in trouble so many times throughout my senior year of high school. I had to go. I was already talking to them like we on that same level of adulthood.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, nothing happened. Nope, nope. We had four principals, all of them. I'm not trying to hear it. Nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Man, they pressed that issue for about a whole week. But then I talked to that teacher, and she was like, and I said, and I told her, I said, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't gotta worry about it. I'm telling you, like I broke it all the way down to her, like, look, like I got you. She said, oh, I don't care, I'm done. Like after this year, anyways, I don't give. It's like, all right, cool, bet, me too. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's up, dog? Nah, she got your head a kid and shit, bro. Like she Nah, I ain't say that shit, bro, but that shit was the
Nigga said, what's up with it? You crazy, man,
yeah.
bro.
I was in some shit, bro. Bro, I got another one. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you it now though. Somebody in Bay City. I gotta be careful because somebody might one day watch this.
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody in Bay City that my family knows very well. He owned a funeral home, and I knew him. I knew of him because of the funeral home and the family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my grandparents, I was really close to them, and whatever vibes I picked up on as a young child, they picked up on too. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know my spirit was right. You know what I'm saying? Because without having to say anything, they was already on that same type of time. But that's neither. So where should I go with this, nigga? Because this is about to be. I don't even know if I told you this shit, bro. He owned a funeral home, and every time he came around, bro, it was just this weird ass energy, bro. This was as far as looks go, Uncle Ruckus,
Okay.
a bald head Uncle Ruckus. But just as far as looks go, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even trying to cap on him. I'm just keeping it 100 though. Um, so I'm in high school and I'm playing football and I'm like in the 10th, 11th grade. My nigga, I'm doing my thing, nigga. The whole town know, like, man, that nigga Denzel, nigga, I go in the store and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like small town, getting a little love, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he had my number, and I can't remember how he had my number, but I know it had something to do with family, this, and the third. And he was like, he say, hey, um, hey, it's this girl. She find you attractive. She wanna fuck with you or whatever. And I'm like, oh, word. She was like,
He telling you about a girl?
yeah, he telling me about a girl. I'm like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah, but the only thing, bro, she like 35. Mind you, bro, I'm like 16, 17.
Okay,
I'm like,
okay. That's an older
35?
woman.
She's like, yeah, she Hispanic. And bro, I think he put us like in a three-way group chat. I'm like, yeah, let me see about that. Now I'm gonna say this. I was already hip the moment he said that. I was already, if anything, I was just trying to see where it would go.
Right.
I wasn't falling for the shit, bro. Cause like I told you, I had already picked up on the vibes a long time ago. So he's telling me like, so in this group chat, mind you, the group chat alone was already like a red flag. And so basically like, a sexual thing going on in this group chat.
Mm-hmm.
He texted me on the side, coaching me on what to say to this woman,
Right.
which I've never seen this woman before. This is what he's saying. And so I'm like, yeah. Really going with the flow. And I'm uncomfortable at the same time. I'm not gonna lie because I
Yeah.
I know that I'm like, you know, tampering with. I'm going into territory where I might be, conscious and aware of the situation, but like, what can I really do? You know what I'm saying? So
Got-
shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking about she was like, send some dick pics, this, and the third. And she was saying how he was gonna watch. us, after one of my football games. Um, and I just ghosted that situation because I didn't know. Well, I knew how ignorant my uncles could be, and I didn't want my mom to get out of character. And so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I had to,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like he ended up passing away. The dude ended up passing away,
Okay.
but he come to find out later he was a registered sex offender.
Wow. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's why it's good they put them. Hey, you gotta put them out there. When they get to the when they get to the neighborhood, everybody got to get alerted, and they supposed to go around and let everybody know, like, hey, it is what it is. You know,
Yeah, bro.
I
Yeah.
agree. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to know. Honestly, like, it's a good thing to know. Cause yeah, it's a lot of spooky activity going on out here where these predators, bro, they bold, dog. Yeah, but I
Oh,
do.
bro.
So
Hey,
what
no,
you think?
no. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Good.
That's that's the only that's the only story that I'm gonna tell today.
You
That's,
got more.
I got more.
Okay.
Oh, bro, I got more, bro. This the first time I'm saying this shit publicly. Oh, I got more. Now, have I ever been violated? Absolutely not, bro. No. Actually, no. I had a family member. I had a family member, but the family know about this shit, bro. Nah, bro. Nah. Wouldn't be here today if that would have happened. I can guarantee you that. But I got more stories though, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, every man that's masculine, I can't say every man, but a lot of men that are masculine or have any sort of masculine tendencies, especially if their father is not in the picture, they probably came across a time. Now, let me say this: this
Hmm.
same guy I'm talking about, he actually was somebody who had told me that there was somebody in the town that we from. He had a hit out for me.
It's the same person.
Literally,
Cause you told me about that story.
the same person at HEB that saw me and was like, "Hey, it's the same person." He the one that came and told me like, "Hey, I want to let you know, so got a hit out for." Matter of fact, dude used to give me some money when he used to give me bread.
The same dude.
Same dude.
Hmm.
Yeah, bro. But guess what though? Too sharp, too smooth, too. I saw this shit because, bro, my grandparents, like back, like, so, I'm from the country, so my
Right.
grandparents, they used to be like, oh yeah, that's a punk.
Right.
They didn't say faggot, they didn't say
Hmm.
gay, they said, oh yeah, that's a punk.
Yeah. I'm already knowing. Punk.
And bro, anybody that said that was a punk, to me, everything my grandparents said was factful. Like, it was facts, nigga. Like, yeah, that's a punk.
Right.
I don't even know what. And every time they said somebody was a punk, they had a little bit of feminine. They had a little bit of feminine to them. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, that's how I knew. That's how you teach a child like what certain shit is, bro. Like,
They got to know what they're dealing with. Got
yeah,
to know
you
what they're
can't
dealing
cancel.
with.
You can't cancel my grandparents, bro. They already dead and gone, bro. Like, you say whatever you want. Everybody already
I
know
think I
they
think
punk.
nowadays punk
Punk me.
punk be polite compared to some of the other shit people be saying. I think it could be worse, nigga.
My, bro, look, but you wanna know who it really was? I say my grandparents. It was my grandmother.
Hmm. She's the main one.
Man, one, bro. That's who I learned this shit from. Yeah, that's a punk right there, bro. My grandmother was here today, bro. I promise you, she'll have you laughing.
Yeah.
Have you laughing, bro. Saying some shit like my grandmother will be the one to get canceled. My grandma be the one to get canceled. Like she didn't, cause from the country, bro, they don't really understand certain things. Bro, like we'll go to the restaurant. I ain't tipping. Shit, shit. This shit got a better job.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, girl, we got a tip, man. Like, but my
Yeah.
grandma, she was also a woman of growth too. You know what I'm saying? So she can also like be like, you right. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't stuck in her ways, but shit, when it
Yeah.
came to that gay shit though, she stood on that. Like she wouldn't have made it today, bro. The hell nah. She
Yeah.
would have been.
Yeah. We had too many conversations about it growing up on my side. It was just one of those things in the world you ain't really pay much attention to because it ain't had nothing to do with you. But it was always good to know how to navigate it. You know what I mean? To make sure you treated people politely and shit like that. Like that was more so my family was like, just be nice to everybody. Like don't treat
Yes,
people
now my
treat
grandparents did
people
that.
bad because they different. And I was like, I can get behind that. Like, and so people can always be themselves around me. Now, again, this is gonna be a whole nother episode, but when we talking about all of that kind of, even if you start dipping the toe over there, it's like, what can you chalk up to mental conditions? Because again, the videos we watch them dudes pop out and be, excuse me, oh, you was here to meet a 14-year-old boy? No, they punching them and smacking them and doing all of this stuff. It's like that should be funny as hell, honestly. But at the same time, is it just me or do some of them be looking like a little thrown off mentally? Like, don't they be seeing like some of them be like a little? They missing some screws up there for sure. And so that begs the question: like, is this like a like how many of them need to be like institutionalized, even though you know you knew they came with the intent of like doing something inappropriate with a minor. It's like
You right, I feel you, but
you,
they should still be smacked though. I feel like they should still
I'm
be
cool
smacked.
with all of that. That's I'm cool with that part. I actually appreciate that part because it's like they be like, "Hey, you can sit here, admit it, and take these slaps to the face, or we call the cops." And they be like, you can see them thinking about trying to figure out do they want to get beat up in public or just have the cops come get cuffed. Oh, because they be whipping their ass, and I'm like, damn, I know that shit hurt, but
Hey
hey,
nigga, the
bro,
cops gonna have to
it's,
come, nigga.
it's better. Hey, it's better than cop. Now the black dude be finessing them. He be like, he told one dude, he said, "You're a minor in this state. How old are you?" He's like 18, 19, something like that. He's like, "Oh, you're still a minor in the state, so technically I can't call the cops, but hey, man, you gotta promise you ain't gonna do this no more, man, for real." Like he was like, "Yeah, no, for
Oh, I
real." He's
know
like,
what black dude. You talking about the big dude?
yeah, and then he told him he lied to him and told him he didn't get arrested because he applied. And he had the cops pull up and they arrested his ass. He
Oh
said,
yeah, bro.
and,
I
and
seen
then he
that
was
shit.
talking about it. He was talking about it afterwards, like, "Hey, did you hear me use the minor thing?" I was like, "Damn, bro." Finessed him
Man,
right in the back of that truck. I said, "Damn."
hey,
It'd be
look,
like,
hey, we can talk about this shit all day.
yeah,
Just want to say, hey, bro, it's always good to chop it up with you. If y'all haven't, please like and subscribe. Um,
yeah,
we
man.
actually trying to do something a little different. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody got something to say, and gotta start looking at it like a sense of therapy, also, bro. Because some people are getting things off of their chest. There's different styles of podcasting. There's different people, out here, you know, putting their shit out. What we try to do here, though, we're trying to bring conversations about substance, we trying to put Austin, Texas on.
Mm-hmm.
We trying to put each other on. We trying to reach out to all the small voices, and leave behind a footprint, a legacy for ourselves, but also maybe be be that light in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Like some people might be able to relate to me. Some people might be able to relate to Irv, Keisha, Mike, Cam, whoever is on the episode. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we trying to do here. So if you haven't already, just share the light or subscribe. You know, we got some big things coming. Um, we try to do our thing, man. Like we trying to, not be like everybody else. We trying to be ourselves. You know what I'm saying, and grow in that way. So, just a like, or a subscription will go a long way. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yes,
what keeps
sir.
it. So, you know, make sure you check us out on Instagram. Make sure you go check out that movie Hierarchy if you have not seen it. It's the number one movie on
Number
Stars right
one.
now.
Number
It's the
one
number
on
one
Star.
Stars.
Number one on Star.
Be right here on Stars, yo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Stars, Apple TV, Prime Video, but
Right here on Stars, yo.
we
That's
knocked
a
off
that's a, that's a whole nother episode within itself. That's a whole nother conversation within itself. Um,
we knocked off John Wick off
I,
the
I
top.
would I would I would rather y'all go check out Hierarchy than subscribe to this channel.
That's
You know,
crazy.
go check that out, especially if you're a brother. Perfect date night movie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. But we gonna holler at you on the next one. Appreciate you guys. We gonna see you on the
Oh,
next one.
also check out Armstrong Dark Secrets on Tubi. Number one movie on Tubi right now. Armstrong Dark Secrets, film I was working on in Houston with Trayvon Williams directed it. It was a sequel to his first movie Armstrong, which I was not a part of, but we worked together on a short film a year ago, and after working on a short film, we got cool. He respected my preparation and professionalism as an actor, and told me he wanted to throw me in his next feature film, and so he did a sequel to his original Armstrong movie, and now the second one, the sequel is on to be number one spot right now. Armstrong Dark Secrets. I play a doctor in that one, so y'all go check that one out too, man. Got two
Well,
number one movies right now. Yeah.
I like how you went from Stars to Tubi though, nigga.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
can be. I might have a movie on Tubi. Coming
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. Nigga.
The my nigga said they number one.
On
My nigga
Tubi. Don't hate
number
on
one.
Tubi. Tubi is the only free movie streaming platform that I know of right now. I love Tubi. I downloaded that shit as soon as I found out it was free. I said, "Oh, I most definitely need an
Yeah,
account."
bro. You want to know something, bro? Tubi is
For sure.
entertaining.
Free
Tubi is
movies? I don't be watching a lot of the bullshit. Like I watch actual movies that I like are on there. Like I found actual movies that I rock with that are on Tubi for the free. Another one of my movies, Events. it's
events.
it's Events. The Events, Evinced. I played the detective in that joint. That joint on everything. That's on Prime, Apple. It's definitely on Tubi as well. But you know what I mean. It's similar crew as a Hierarchy, but it was just it's a different genre. It's more of a crime sci-fi type of situation, and Hierarchy is an action thriller drama, and Armstrong is a crime thriller drama. So it's a little bit of everything out there, man. We just trying to build the portfolio up. And again, when we talk about Austin, we talk about Austin, Texas. You got to talk about Hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be the greatest independent film to come out of Austin, Texas, I believe. So, y'all make sure y'all go run it up, man. It's only up from here.
If y'all have not followed Herb Brown on Instagram, if like and subscribe and go follow Irv, Brown on Instagram. Make sure you go watch the movie Hierarchy. If you ain't watched that movie, you ain't on shit, because here's the thing. If you talking about having a date night, movie night, and everybody claim to have these all the time, you ain't really watching shit if you ain't watched Hierarchy. This movie was made technically under like $50,000 on some real shit though. You know I knew that. You know I knew that.
Close, 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 close.
Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe 40K.
We shot it. We shot it with 40. It took another 40 to finish. So the total budget was 80,000. But under 100 is still ridiculous. And shooting it for just 40 is crazy. It's unheard of. It's literally unheard of. You know?
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
The movie gonna get you lost in the sauce of like, and there's a huge plot twist in it. It's like a little thorn in the side because you ain't gonna see this one coming. You're gonna be like, word, okay. You all in the movie, and the next thing you know, you get slapped up the back of the head with some shit. You was like, how did I not know that? How did I not see that coming?
Yeah. Yeah,
Great
yeah.
movie.
They did
And
a great job.
I am
Shout out
not
to
being
Shakira,
biased.
man,
I
for
am
writing
not
that.
being biased when it comes to this movie. I'm not being biased at all.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I would be showing the same support because I know, the fellas that's playing the main parts in these roles,
Mm.
but at the same time though, like besides all that, they did something that's inspiring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for those people that's in Austin, and for anybody who's trying to, really get it out the mud for real. So, this is definitely one of those movies to watch. I would say that it was definitely one of those movies to watch. And at least a door open for a part two. That's the only little nugget I give you. That's the only little nugget I give you. That's the
Part
only one.
two.
That's the only one. That's the only one I give you. It
Give us
should,
a real Give us a
yeah,
real budget part two.
yeah.
It could go crazy.
That part two. I'm really proud of these guys. And
Hmm.
everybody pretty much expected this movie. Everybody was anticipating. People that know was already anticipating for this movie to come out, but I think that it was still a surprise for us to watch it. So now we telling y'all to watch it. So make sure y'all go check out Hierarchy. Go check out Hierarchy before you subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? So that would be much appreciated. But we gonna
Yeah.
see you on the next one. And I am your host, Denzel, aka Champagne Papa. You can find me on Instagram. Um, Cam isn't here right now, but bro, how you even say his fucking Instagram name?
Cam's name is Be Magnificent.
Be
Well,
magnificent. Yeah, Irv can read better than me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This whole time I never knew this nigga's Instagram name. I'm like, but that makes sense though. Be magnificent. That nigga literally a B, not the BE. It's be magnificent. Like, nigga, I never caught on to that.
yeah. But the Magnificent is spelled different too. It's
Yeah,
Mag Ni, and then it's PHI, like Phi Cent, because Cam is in a Christian fraternity called, nah, I'm gonna mess it up.
and he in a whole
Gamma Phi Delta Christian Fraternity Incorporated. So
and he's in a whole winter
GS,
outfit. You can't
some
miss
yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? He's probably tagged in all the videos that he ain't even
You
in.
he's not
You,
hard to find. Go look up Be
he ain't do
Magnificent.
all the fires, so you can find him. Make sure you go check out Mike. Um, but all in
Mike.
all, we're
Yeah.
going to be coming with way more episodes talking about current events, real conversations, and we're looking forward to it. You know what I'm saying? So, please join us, like and subscribe. Let us know what you think. We're open book, and we're gonna see you on the next one.